Here's your puzzle of the week. It's black to play and win. This game between Mrityunjay and Gochelashvili was played in India in January 2026. And this is a very, very smart finish. There are some beautiful variations actually. So see if you can go into some detail here. Maybe not just find the main line. Okay, black to play. Here we go. Here's the solution. Queen h4. Well, as a first move, maybe not so difficult to find. Threatening queen takes pawn. Okay, how does white defend against the threat? Well, let's go through the game continuation first, then I'll return to this position. So h3 seems reasonable. And now very nice move from black. Rook takes bishop. Now, if that's taken, then check. Of course, if queen takes bishop, then queen takes rook check. So the king steps in the corner, and now queen g3, threatening mate on h2. And if queen takes knight, then check, and this leads to a forced mate. There we go. Well-known motif. Okay, so we're back to rook takes bishop. Let me go from the start again. So queen h4, h3, rook takes bishop. Now, if queen takes knight, then queen takes rook. So in the game, white played pawn takes knight. Now, this is still winning by force. First of all, rook d5, another forcing move. So the queen moves, and then bishop check. So if the king steps to f1, then queen here is mate. So knight f2. Rook e5. Attacking the queen. So if the queen steps back, then that's just wins material, wins the queen. So in the game, this happened. Queen takes rook. Queen takes knight check. King here. And, well, black actually just played bishop takes queen, which is quite good enough. But in fact, it's possible to checkmate with this. Queen check. Only one move here. Queen takes rook. And queen takes queen is mate. Now, let me go back to the start because there's one really beautiful variation. So there's the starting position, and queen h4 is correct. Now, instead of h3, as we've just examined, white can play bishop d6 to cover h2. Okay, you might like to have a think. How do you defeat that one? This move is very nice. So bishop d4 check. Well, okay, we've seen that motif already. So if queen takes bishop, then this queen takes rook. So the king goes in the corner. Okay, how do we break white's defense? Really nice move. e5. So just blocking out the bishop. So reinstating the threat of queen takes pawn. Okay, so what about h3? Right. Here is the killer move. What should black play in this position? Are you ready? Rook f3. Rook f3 is such a great move. If pawn takes rook, then queen takes pawn. And that's mate. And if queen takes rook, then queen takes rook check. So I think I'm going to leave that position on the board for us to enjoy. Great stuff. So very nice victory there. If you want to see more puzzles, then do check out the link to chesspuzzle.net.